Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm in the dining area. Let's call it what it is because it ain't no room. Today I was supposed to do this a couple days ago, but I got sidetracked. Today I wanted to dust down everything in here and put everything back. And while I had everything taken apart, for some of y'all that's new, let me just explain myself. Y'all, I live in here by myself, right? And so I don't have any little kids and things like that. So I set up more, my style is more of a almost like stage space. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to see the decor around. So I just decorate every surface. Now, not to me, I am not a maximalist. But I'm definitely not a minimalist. You're not going to see no flat surface with nothing on it. And I've always been that way, you know. But today, I just wanted to, I've had a couple people ask me about a couple things on the table. So what I want to do is put this video out about the dining area and tell y'all, these plates right here get a lot of attention. These are like bamboo on here, right? I thrifted a set of 6 plates and 6 saucers. These are vintage from, I want to say 1973. Am I right? It doesn't say it on here, but I've looked them up and I think it's 1973. And it is Vera for Mikasa. Back in the 70s, these were made in Japan. And F7802, I think, is the batch number. Okay. And it's like a bamboo scene, you know, like a piece of bamboo. Here's my bamboo, right? Faux bamboo. And then what I like about this, let me get up and show y'all. See that? The salad plate fits perfectly into the bamboo. You see that? Is that gorgeous? Well, that's why I'm telling you, I love older pieces like this that really showed some type of like the decor was just so meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, did I start this video off right? Y'all, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Let's have a little morning chat. I got my coffee and my cold drink. I've already dusted off the bookcases, right? Because I didn't want y'all to bore y'all with that. I'm on my second cup of coffee. I know I cheated a little bit, y'all. I am into this lately. Look at that. You see these mugs, the reactive glaze? I've been going crazy over them. Wherever I can find them for a good price, I get them. And this one came up from Teemu. Yes. And the ridges, I keep getting up. I might as well have moved y'all closer. The ridges in this is real ridges. Is that gorgeous? I'm loving it. The green, the browns, the tans, the cream that's in here. I love it. But anyway, having some coffee. And trying to let y'all know what's going on with this table. So then these candlesticks, y'all. Again, I'm going to show you. Like this. Little candles getting a little wobbly. Anyway, these right here, they came from Pop Shelf. These were $5. And when I got them, they were half off. Now, I really feel like running over there today because they got something else I want that's half off today. I don't know if that's going to happen. It depended on how much I get done today. I got my bed ripped apart. My bottom quilt is in the dryer. Top quilt laying here on the sofa. So I got to make my bed today. I got a lot to do. And I have a load of clothes to fold. But anyway, so you've seen the plates. Anybody just, you know, you can look online for these on like eBay or Etsy. They might have them. But these were around 1973. Vera for Mikasa. So Vera was the designer for Mikasa doing these. And they're called, I think, bamboo. Something like that. Yeah. And like I said, batch F as in Frank, 7802. Made in Japan. Love them. Love them. And I thrifted them for a couple bucks. just keep an eye out on these type of dishes, not necessarily the bamboo, but vintage dishes like this. You can bring them back. This is 2026. Who would think I would be looking for, running for something from 1972, 73? Y'all, please. Anyway, this right here is a charger plate that is laminated. You see it's plastic on the back. And then like a wood laminate on the front. This came from Hobby Lobby about 4 or 5 years ago. It was half off. It was $3.99, but half off. So I got only got 4 of them for $2. I mean, for $2 a piece. So that wasn't bad. Look at that. I had bought a bunch of chargers that day. They had 50% off all their chargers. And then this came from Hobby Lobby too. A little old placemat. Little simple old placemat. And it's plastic, but it's supposed to look like rattan. Goes with the bamboo, perfect. Both of these do. You see that? Look at that. Perfectly goes with that. And then even this. And then I have these mirror charger placemat, not chargers, but placemats. When I first moved to Texas, I was driving all over the place, right? And I found this place called Jack $1. Jack, from what I understand, I think he got an S now. But it was Jack $1. It was over by Family Thrift in Garland. I don't even think Family Thrift is there anymore. I think Family Thrift closed completely down now. Not unless they're still in Fort Worth. But, all right, I'm going to blind the heck out of you. But you see, these right here were $5, $4.99. And it's in the section where, you know, you go for the quinceañera. I probably butchered that. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. But that section where they have all the stuff to decorate and all that, for those like type of parties, well, these were in there. $5. And I have had these probably for about 9-10 years, maybe even longer than that, because I don't think I was here a year when I first bought these. So in Texas, and I've been here for 12 years. So yeah, fell in love with them. So this is, I'm gonna have to wipe this back off because I got fingerprints again. But this is my place setting. Just all this simple bargain. I think these were like I want to say $3 for 4 of these placemats, the brown. And then this, like I said, was $2. And this was thrifted for a couple bucks. Oops, sorry. And that's my place setting. And again, it sits out for decor. So I'm not worried about, and I take it apart every now and then. I washed the glasses last night. And I washed these plates last night. And everything else I dusted off. Right? And here's my glassware that sits out. Got this from Walmart. I've tagged this in a few videos, but I'll tag it again in this video. Y'all, these you get 4 for $15 and some cent, 84 cents. And you get 4 of these for $14.84. So not bad at all. And they're gorgeous. Look at that tortoise, the ambery tortoise. Oh, you know, I love that right now, y'all. And like I said, the candlestick came from Pop Shelf, but here, these napkins are thrifted from years back, right? Always get these in. Go look at them. They're pinned together, and you find them at the thrift store. Look at that. Look at this napkin ring. It's some type of a shell. I looked it up. Didn't even know what it was when I found it, but look at that. Y'all, I found 4 of these in my stash. I need to take y'all into my stash, and we need to go through these napkin rings, because last year when my daughter was here, I got rid of 50%. I still got so much. I didn't even know. I did not know I had these. I would have had these out so fast. I had 4 of them. They're kind of expensive, so expensive. I was looking to buy 2 more for the breakfast bar area, but I was like, nah, you know, let that have its own space. Even though I do have these at the breakfast bar, because I have bought a set of 6. So I do have them. So they tie in with a lot of the colors and all of that, but it's just not the same exact match. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So what we're going to do today is put this table back together. And then, of course, you know, I have my centerpiece on here. I bought that for myself for my birthday this year. That tall amber vase. I got it from Crate and Barrel. And it was not thrifted. I wish it was. But it was on sale. because I want to say it was regularly $109. By the time I paid tax and a little bit of delivery, because it was coming from Fort Worth, that was the closest one they had. By the time I paid a little bit of delivery, like $5.99 delivery, and tax, it came to $85 for that vase. But I loved it. It was the perfect height. It was the perfect size for this table. I have a 48-inch round, and it was perfect. So I went on ahead and got that for myself for my birthday. But yeah, that's what we're working with today. Now, the table. I've had a lot of comments about the table lately. Where did I get the table? This table is gorgeous. I found this for $1,100 today. I found one for $600 and some odd dollars. Very similar with the, it's the pedestal with the round ball, and it comes out with like the waterfall at the bottom. This one I paid $8.99 for 4 chairs that were tan, like a tan color, and the table, and it was a dark walnut, right? Did I pay $7 or $8.99? Closer to $8.99, I think, because I had it delivered, and then put it together. So probably closer to $8.99. But anyway, I had it like that for a couple years. I love the dark walnut. If you scroll down on my page, either Instagram, TikTok, or either YouTube, scroll down, you will see the original color of this table. One day I woke up and was like, I'm over it. A couple years into having that dark walnut, I said, I'm over it. I want to paint this. I painted it gray, right? So it stayed gray for about 1.5 years, 2 years, maybe even 3 years. And then one day I woke up and was like, black it is. And I woke up, I ordered me some paint, and I painted it, and it's black. And if I decide I want it to be lavender next week, which will never happen, ladies and gentlemen, never, okay? But if I did, I can go order me some paint and paint it lavender. You do not have to get a new table every time you turn around. If it fits your space. Now, if you're moving and you got much bigger dining area, then yeah, you don't want to take this 48-inch and put it in a full dining area. This I would turn into a kitchen table if I was to move out of here and get, not if, when, because it's happening one day, just not today. But when I do, I will get a much bigger dining table, and I will get, I will use this more so as a kitchen table. And again, the chairs, the one I'm sitting in, I'll show y'all that in a minute. When I show y'all, y'all have seen it so many times, just seen it. I just did a video on it. These chairs, now let me explain. I bought these chairs in 2004. Yeah, I bought these in 2004. And I showed everybody, I wake up, I get on my phone after I say my prayers and seek my soul and, do everything I'm going to do and get right with God, thank God for the day and do what I'm going to do. Then I get my coffee, right? So before I even get up to go to the bathroom, I just want to, I'll just get my head together. And then I go to the bathroom, and then I go get my coffee. Those are the first 3 things that happen in the morning over here. Then when I come back with my coffee, lounge in the bed, or I'll go out on the balcony, and I scroll Teemu, Shein, all of those sites, right? And one morning, I saw these chairs, and they were 2 for, they started out 2 for like $52. I was like, what's wrong with these? This is a scam. These wingback, look at this. Wingback, tufted, gorgeous. Now they were gray, and gray was just starting to go out at that time. And I know I had these last summer, so I think I got them 2000. I did get them 2004. Wow, time flies. It was around fall, because I remember my daughter going to the neighbors across the hall saying, do y'all want dining room? Do you need some free dining room chairs? The ones I had already sitting here, I wanted them out of here. And she went right across the, excuse me, do you guys need, because I had already given them a bunch of stuff. And they said, yeah, and they took them. It was so funny. So I got rid of those real quick and easy. Not like the green chairs that was in my living room. Here we are about, I think I got put these in here about February. I still got them green chairs. I've never put them up for sale. So I have to do that. I might do that today too. But anyway, um, I'm scrolling and I'm looking, and I put it in my cart, and I was like, I'll check back. I got to look up this company. This is a scam. These chairs ain't no two for $52 or $53. So a couple hours later, I come back to my Teemu cart. I look at it, they're now $50. $50.03 or something like that. I said, you're going to stop playing with me. So I put 2 sets of them in my cart, ordered them, paid for them. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a week. If they don't come, then I'll tell Teemu I want my money back. And because they're pretty comfortable, they're pretty good with that now. So that was on a Friday evening. Sunday, sorry for you guys who had on earphones. I'm like, go to the door. 2 big, gigantic boxes at my door. I drag them in here. They are my chairs. 2 to eat, 2 to a box. All I had to do was put the legs on them. $100, y'all. 100. Then the kicker, the thing is, by the time they sold out, probably like 3 days, like probably that Monday they were out. They sold out, right? But I went back in like that Sunday when they came, because you know how you do the price adjustment, and I got another like $1 off of them or something like that. So in total, including, I think even with tax, by the time I got the price adjustments, I paid like $100. So now remember, that was 2024. They never brought these back in stock. These sold. And the funny thing is they came from a store here in Texas, where if you look these chairs up on the site, on that store site, they were $499 for 2 for these chairs. I got them on Teemu from the same exact store for $50 a pair. $100 for 4. That's why I'm telling y'all, Teemu isn't, look, the stuff you buy in here in the United States is coming from Teemu. Because had I walked into that store in Dallas and said, oh, these chairs are nice, I would have paid $4.99 or what, I think it was $4.99 for 2. $4.99 for 2, $4.99 for 2. And I paid $100, so I paid 1/10 of the price because I ordered them on Teemu. Okay? So now I'm not going to talk y'all's head off, but again, y'all know we doing morning coffee lately. So, y'all, this coffee is so nasty. I hope I ain't making it look good. I got Walmart brand dark roast. Won't do that again. But anyway, I'm going to, I don't know how to do the speed up motion. They took it off my free editing app. I'm gonna have to pay for editing. Y'all, if y'all tell me what y'all use for your editing app, you guys who have channels, tell me what you use. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money for it because I don't do that much on YouTube anymore, but I would like to have a good editing app. I really would. Anyway, let's stand up. I'm going to do this and I'll put it in here, but I'm going to kind of do this for TikTok and Instagram too, where I place a piece, do that. That's what I'll do. Then I'll put it in here and then I will come back and chit chat. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, y'all, here we go. Here's the table plain. And then I put on my placemats, the mirror placemat and that wickery looking placemat. And then I just added chargers on it. And again, I'm keeping with the same tones. I'm trying to allow the browns and greens to blend. Not greens, grays. Then here's my place setting, my dinner plate and salad plate. I put on, I love the way that lines up. And just put that on all 4 spaces. And see, this is why I don't like a flat table with nothing on it. Looks so plain. Then I added my bowls and my napkins with those gorgeous napkin rings. I'm getting ready to show y'all. I could not believe I found them, y'all, in my stash. We got to go through my stash. That's something else we could do together. And I got to clear some of that stuff out. But I'm loving this look already. Again, this is why I've had it out for so long, because I love it. I love the naturalness of this. Right? And then I add in the glassware. And again, that came from Walmart. So it's the tortoise I believe they're calling it, glasses. And I've linked it in so many of my videos. So if I find it again, I'll link it in this one. But they are very inexpensive and they are a bang for your buck. Really nice. And then here's the table all done. Here you go. That's it. It's easy as that. I don't put out flatware. I don't put out all kinds of stuff because it's just for decoration. It's just decor. Just to build up that side, you know. I don't like a flat surface. And then I feel like it blends so well with the bookcases behind it. And I have those bookshelves. I have them lined up against the wall, and that holds all of my art. I could change it out whenever I want. And the stuff I put on there to me looks like artwork. You know, just collections of things. I love it. So I love this little area over here. I'm set with it. I don't feel no reason to change it no time soon. And yeah, that's where we at. That's what we're doing. The mirrors, you know, give such a good reflection. Those, and they're just so simple. $7 door mirrors you get from Walmart and Target. $7. And I got them stuck up there with command strips. So yeah, that's it. All the little collections of vases I get from either the thrift store or Ross, or I've been finding a couple pieces at Pop Shelf. And just looking around anywhere. I mean, all the thrift stores, go in and look. But Ross has a lot of vase collections. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm getting ready to come back and finish off the video. And I will be back tomorrow. See all the little collections? Just collect from everywhere. To me, that's just artwork. It just looks traveled to me. You know, like I've been somewhere. I ain't been nowhere but to the store. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with the living area. We're going to talk a little bit about decorating in there. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all. This is it. Here's my pillow, if y'all didn't get a good look of that. You know what I got this here for? Look at these colors. Just what blends in the place settings on with the chairs. You could barely see them, but it's there. But anyway, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow, I'll be back. I want to talk about decorating a small spot. Now, I told you I'm going to be adding this in, so I hope you guys are interested in this. Let me know if it's not something you're interested in. But I want to talk about how I saw a small space when I first moved here and how I was able to utilize it to the point where I can make it. I don't like small things, right? Small furniture and stuff. So I'm going to talk about why I place things where they are, why I pulled colors the way I did. Now, my style is not for everybody, and I've known that. You know, it's no big thing. But and I'm not saying go get exactly what I have. I just want to talk about scale, placement, and the reason why, and how you can quickly change something up for a different setting. You know, is what I look at. You know, I can quickly change this, my living area, to become like a little movie area. You know, if I was going to have like somebody over for the game or a movie or something like that, I could quickly flip it and sit multiple people, way more than it looks like, in here to watch a movie. Things like that. So that's what I want to talk about tomorrow. Color, you know, tones and things like that. So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get it up tomorrow. All right, y'all. I will chit chat with y'all later. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the dining area. I know it's sat like this for a while, but I just, you know, wanted to get that up and answer a bunch of questions because I constantly get questions about this, and I wanted to just do a video and get it done. But I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Leave me some comments. I will, and don't forget, share me with your friends. Tell your friends. I know this lady. She's desperate. She needs friends. Go over there and subscribe. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.